appreciate your time, as this channel is actually meant for teaching guidance and heavily kingdom builders. This is where the mission and ministry is carried out by the way unto the Sylvesters, that is holiness. So we're here, Sylvester is intelligence, holiness, and all of that. And you cannot do without this very wonderful person of the Lord, because we are actually not of man, but of the Creator. So we testify of things that are creative and created enough to also represent the God and His likeness, not just any other thing. But here we are tuned into what we display as open log. So we are actually at the final stage where we say open log. What are we doing? I thought I'll give every bit of information once it's provided and it's possible. As soon as I have to get it ready, it's ready. So I don't waste time, but every single minute of mine is used in doing what? Is utilized in designing something and bringing it just to you what you need. Now, if I say, let's explore open log. So we are basically going to be talking about open log. You have to know that every name had a connection to something in the spirit that led that name. So we are saying that let's explore open log treasure site. And so once we are at a site, or once we locate a site, we're actually talking about open log. Now, let's take a look at what is open log. Here we're going to be taking our final stage of material into real consideration. And we are doing best of whatever we can, regardless of the situation and hardening of it. We still want to say, the Lord is not failed. Yes, the Lord is not failed. Once there is a great connection, we have to do all our best and all we can according to the guidance, and then we also move on. We don't have to fake it. We have to just do what we have to do to get all things according to directions of the Lord, not failing. Let's see it happen live. What do you have to do? We will see practically what we say is open log. Once I get something exposed to you, the air is so powerful and it's available, you can see even the sound and the rushing of the air. It's a spirit. So if you didn't even understand that, I have to tell somebody it's of great understanding to what we're saying. Yes, let's get to the stage where everything is written of me and is delivered according to what is written of me. So it is ready. Just take a little look at this, and all that I'm saying is of the Lord. So we don't joke when there is a real act and creation. There's nothing like a joke. Make sure you get through to all I'm doing. Keep on exploring and checking the very beautiful looks and the views of what MMS is capable of doing. There is time for everything. So let everything also lead according to their best intelligence and what they decode. The Lord is never fake and never fail. Let's see it work live. What do you need? That the Lord gives you understanding. So if you are really connected to Him, you will not fail, because He will not lie to you. For even if the Lord lied to you, it means wherever you're going to meet Him or whatever you're meeting up with is a connection, is something that establishes He the Lord. So what is the love you have for what you do? Maybe somebody wanted to look at it. Let's see. So it's as you didn't know that the Lord is this that could create. Let's say that you are seeing something as open log, and let us see what is beautiful also on the short, so that we see if truly these homes or estate have been developed without digging the floor or without raising the foundation. And these beautiful things, as you look at or imagine yourself living in such an area, I'm simply showing this up all because you have to know the beauty of something and the architecture of those things. At the beginning of this thing would have been something that you wouldn't like in the first place because it involved a lot of works. But when it has been delivered and finished to that level, you will say, how? What are we up to? You want to enjoy it, right? If there is an enjoyment or there's a time for all you enjoy, then let the Lord bring you your own understanding, which the Lord had given you, not somebody's understanding which the Lord had given according to what the person is and their family and generational issues. So with this, we will not waste so much time, but to see the beauty of something and explore. So we are actually exploring. So we have the right to actually explore, because if you're on the internet and you're searching for such information, you have to have it as you search, and or you have to actually have some of these things come to you as an encounter. You didn't expect, but you see it, and now you develop an interest. So I'm actually creating in you something beautiful. Even if you didn't know how to do it, there must be someone who will take you through. So having open log, let's see it happen live. Also, practically, we are taking the final grounds of MMS Treasure or Seco or MMS Seco into real finish, and we are finishing hard. So let's see it happen. If there's no foundation raise, so this is all that I did. So the initial stage, I have something laid as we call it mesh or bed. I made a bed. I laid a bed for this and get it to this level. So I laid a bed so much that it's of what tiny or strips of what things I placed there like the same firewood or fast sticks. Now I put it over there just to hang this a little up so that the ground level will not be attached with the soil. Because when the soil is attached with it, it is possible that if the temperature is not high enough, it will have the side of this ready and the other side probably ending without the achievable result. Or like you have to do some double works. So the best way, and what I'm saying simply in short, is that you have to labor. You have to place like tiny things like this one. And you arrange it such a manner that you are actually saying there's just a way so that if fire catch up and it goes through that, so there must be what start up fire underneath side of it and all of that, and you see how I finish it up. And so I'm telling you how you're seeing these big ones also inside, but all having it together with the tiny ones, the same things, all cooked and ready. This is open fire activities right now as I have let it expose. I told you what will happen in the least happening. So check over there. The least happening is this, that when there's air that rushes over it to cause it to change. I hope you see it. It will develop some kind of things like this. So to stop it, I have to what? Cover that side with what? Just dust or soil or moist particles. Just to keep it like that. I can actually dip this in water to keep it up the way it is, but it's also hot. Another thing. So as we've left it open, it is firing up. It's heating up and generating its own fire because that's how it is. So to leave it open every time there's fire inside. So I have to do this and then we uncover it. So I want us to take a cool look at it. Now look at what I'm going to do. I didn't want it to start up with fire because what I'm doing is to allow me to do it. So this open log, I told you. Now open log is because you are now seeing the logs of what? Wood or tree logs. Now look at it. You and I should look at what I'm saying. Look at all that it is. Pay much close attention to it and you see what I'm saying. We have actually performed. I will say what I'm doing. I'm only dragging it with this to see the finished product. Now take a look at it. I told you there's a reason why this side, you say this, the other half just broke into two halves. This whole side is ready, but I told you today we will surely get to the finished line of it. Now the whole of this should be ready. Now look at what will happen. I have to break off the part that is more ready. If it's unfinished, you will see it having what? A nature or character of what? Wood, like brown way. When you see it brownish, it means it's not over or ready. Even though it's ready. But I want to tell you how you can finish it up. Once you pick off the side of the ready material, you also have just an extra thing to do. You perform something. So whilst we were talking, it was starting up fire again, only to what? Continue the process. Because I told you, such of these reasons I'm telling you, you have to pay attention to it. Because everything I'm showing you is for your study. Only to also what? Perform and get the right result like I'm saying it. So the half part of the or half piece that is broken, that large size, is of its kind, ready like I told you. It's of its kind, what? Ready. So it's in there. And you can see the size, bigger one like you are saying. It's all like that. Now I have to put it somewhere under a little cover to keep this side finished. Now you can see it's generating a little smoke. If I give this out there to somebody, it is ready for use, but it will cause this. It will cause just smoke like this. Like it will be causing blue smoke because that is the product end side. So I will do this and then I leave it to just something. So you see, I can break it all of the ready part and then I leave the side that must be left up. And the fact that it's brown this also doesn't mean that it's not ready. Why? Because the smoke particles or the activities, the spray can cause it over to give it a color. So sometimes it will be ready and it will only give it a color. But I'm telling you, I know why. That's why we started with it, even though we haven't gone underneath, but the Spirit knows already. That's why I began to talk about it. So this is the open log, so that you have all of this, but maybe just a little portion showing up, still finishing up. So it is telling me what? Finishing up. Now you can see the smoke that is coming up. So I only leave this thing under something and then it will finish by itself. We don't need anything else to do than what I'm doing because we are getting to every finish line of it. So let's see what will happen. So I can leave it here the way it is or break up all that is ready. You know, it is more than just ready, but I've shown you the much detail of what I'm saying. So that I leave this, I'll leave it here so that it will be cooking, firing. I'll leave it there to finish because everything is ready, but I want you to know how something starts to the best finish. So I'll give you the best finish, every detail of what you don't expect. And that is the reason we are doing this. Let's get it up now. See what will happen. It's the same thing joined to this one, but I picked the whole of this out over here. Did you get that? It's like all that I'm saying, you have to pay attention because this is what usually you don't expect and what you expect will come your way. It means you can say I'm finished, but you have something extra to do. If you want to finish up very well, then you follow all that I'm saying. You see, this is joined to it or with it, but they all have what? Special activity. This is ready. I'm saying that it is ready. The fact that you say it like it doesn't make it or what you think is not ready is ready. But I'm saying that to have it like I'm saying, it is possible you might have that one and then you have to leave it somewhere and it will just set up by itself under the open air. So open log will show you much detail of what is under the ground level. I hope you get it. So we are taking up the very ground level or how we lay the bird or mesh for it or the sunken kind of what? Mesh. And which is what? Pieces of what? The wood or piece of firewood which we pack underneath. I hope you get it. So we are getting through. Now, if I didn't show you anything else, there is probably I have so much and I have to what? Let go of broadcasting and we do offline. So you always have to get your things ready like this. Sprinkle over it. Your moist dust. You see what I'm doing? Sprinkle only to get what we're saying. So that it do not start fire. It will only sparkle with the air and the air will be the one to charge it to what? Fire up. That's why I'm saying that we have to all watch carefully. And I'm not giving you what somebody think I did it halfway on finished. I did more than a 2,000% accurate work because it's never happened like this. Because I'm giving you the end, the back side of it, like the end elevation is this that is ready. You can see it's here. So let's pick the end part of it, the end elevation of what, of our shadows and all of that. Look at what is here. I hope you're watching. Check over there. So you see it's coming off. It's a very huge log, and I will show you what we're saying is here. So any little crush on this will produce more sea coal. And you hear, listen to the sound. I will listen to the sound. That's all you need to say is ready. It's so truly ready. So this side, the whole of this is what? What I'm saying we need. And that's what we work for. The Lord is giving a miracle to producing it. And as we can also say it's not, but from heaven, they show you their best work. So all these things have passed through what? Spirit. And that is also of heaven. Cloud, you see this. And on the mountain, you see every reason to have fog or dew showing up and so many things. And we are under what? Covers of what? The sun, which is what? Also a part of the heavens. but you will not see the sun activities. Why? The Lord has covered it. Also with what? His glory. So this is why you can say, oh, I'm doing this, but we have no scorching sun, as the glory of the Lord had covered it, and to prevent what? That sun heat or scorching thing. So I'll be silent at the moment. Yeah, pay attention and very much attention. We are going to take probably one more of this, and you see what we're saying. Check over there. Do you see all of this? Pay a very close attention. So you can move it gently so that you have a very gentle sizes without breaking so much into pieces. So sometimes when it's ready, you can cause this to become very, like it will be reducing in the sizes if you expect it to be big. So you would always use the wood, the rugged side of the wood I told you. So you see, it's just bringing more of that out. And until I stop, we will never also stop receiving more. So you actually move something that is not too hard to move it, because at this moment, you only need special care. So at a time here like this, you need what? Extra care to keep the things in right shape and form. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And this is why the Lord is doing this much, very, very. And the importance of what we say, our sickle is ready. Thank you. How can I do this without on a short? Don't say we have gone somewhere to what? To make an overlay of video. It's myself. This is what I'm saying. As I can touch it, you might also want to touch it. So if this side did not perform very well, what I'll do is I will just leave it under a certain condition to have it finish up the way I want it. Because I didn't want to follow a certain pattern that made it the way you didn't expect it, that I expect to. I have to tell you what is ready and all of that. Everything must be ready. From this small thing you are saying is more. There's more in this than you expect. So thank you for watching, and we will come back your way another time. My stick is this brushes that I pick up in a more frequent way. Thank you.